Yeah, I feel like that's just so real.
Yeah.
Is like those situations where he's a kid, he was gifted with these powers, and so he kind of feels this guilt of like, I got to do something more because this happened to me. It's not really a negative. I was just a little bit salty how they're sitting there like throwing dirt on our boy Tony
Yeah.
as he died in the movie prior.
How come the monsters before needed like hundreds of these little drones and their projectors to even make one monster, but this one little projector made a whole monster by itself?
This movie randomly starts off with him having a crush on MJ. Where did we get to that point? Spider-Man depends too much on Iron Man. What do you think about that?
No.
Yeah. No, I agree.
He literally didn't even have Iron Man in this movie, bro.
Yeah.
Dumb take.
People don't like that Mysterio isn't physically threatening. What do you think about that?
Why wouldn't you like that? It's so cool that he can play mind games.
Yeah. Number 9 for me is Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Is that bold? Is that crazy?
Oh my gosh. That's like fake of you.
Black Panther is the best rated Marvel movie, like a 98% rating, but it's not a good movie. You know what I'm saying?
I think Black Panther probably needed to be in phase 2.
Welcome back to episode 24. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Libby.
And you're watching the Forget the Critics podcast. Alrighty, everybody. This is the end of phase 3. We watched Spider-Man Far From Home. And then at the end of this movie, or at the end of this episode, we're going to be reviewing all of phase 3, which is going to be very interesting because it is 11 movies, not 6. So,
And we've been watching it for weeks.
yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Some of the movies we've watched, like Civil War, feels like we watched that ages ago.
I know. Same thing with Doctor Strange.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. But without further ado, let's get into Far From Home. What was your initial thoughts?
I really liked it.
I did too. I remember we both, for some reason I have Homecoming here, but I remember when we both had watched Homecoming, we were kind of like, yeah, this is a good movie. Spider-Man's cool, but this wasn't anything like groundbreaking.
Right.
This movie was way better
Yeah.
than I think his first one.
I think it was good too because we went into it with those already like a little bit lower of expectations.
I agree.
From his first movie. But
Yeah. What's interesting about this movie, I really like how they went deep into the kind of like the teenage aspect of Peter Parker. So one thing that the Escape Pod guys say, I always tell you about what they say just because I love watching them. But one of them, I can't remember if it was Andrew or Alex, was saying that he doesn't like how stupid they make Peter Parker seem in Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies. They say, that's how Peter Parker's supposed to be. He's supposed to be a kid. He's supposed to make mistakes, but he thinks that he makes way too many mistakes in his movies to the point where it's like, you're not even saving people at this point. I didn't feel that way during this movie. It's the whole reason I was bringing that up was because I feel like it adds to an extra layer of this aspect as, you and I were sort of the age of Peter Parker, maybe like a couple years older, but not too long ago, we were in that same position, and it just makes them feel so much more relatable.
I agree. Like, because it was frustrating to watch him like choose his social life over, whatever Nick Fury was asking him to do. But like, you're right, that is relatable.
Yes.
And that is a valid struggle. I think a teenager would have trouble, prioritizing certain things.
Exactly. I think that was like a very good struggle to have in there.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like it's not as appreciated as much. Like that is a real, because when you are making these superhero movies, a lot of people are so desensitized to them that they want to see like I fall victim to this. I want to see the craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
I want to see massive explosions, crazy fights. But like these movies are just more basic, down to earth, I feel like. Tom Holland's in particular, because the other ones can get crazy at points. But yeah, I feel like that's just so real.
Yeah.
It's like those situations where he's a kid, he was gifted with these powers, and so he kind of feels this guilt of like, I got to do something more because this happened to me.
But he also questions if he's even a good fit for the job.
Right.
You know, he's like, guys, I can't do these big things. I'm just your neighborhood Spider-Man.
Which makes him even better of a person. I think
he's like very humble about it.
Yeah, I really like that about him.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think at some point, bro's got to get a little bit of confidence behind himself, which he did in the end of this movie, actually.
Yeah.
When Happy was talking to him, and that was a moment I really appreciated, and I wrote this down. It was when Happy said that not even Tony was perfect, and we got to see that. He didn't show that side of himself to Peter because he was just trying to be that father figure that he never had, but I feel like one really good part of that was maybe showing his vulnerable side. Like in Iron Man 3, we see him being controlled a lot by his anxiety. He's having these panic attacks. After New York, he doesn't even want to like take any risks. Age of Ultron, we see him, taking so many risks to stop crazy things happening. He feels all this guilt because of Thanos. And I think that would have been maybe a good side to show to Peter Parker. I think that maybe would have been a good side to, reveal. But either way, Happy tells him, and that was like a good moment because he idolizes Tony. And by him giving the glasses to him, he feels this like weight. What's crazy?
Yeah, he feels like he has to fill the shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think that's what Tony was implying.
No, it wasn't. But what I think, so Tony obviously wasn't implying by giving him the glasses that you need to be the next Iron Man.
Yeah.
And everyone's saying like, oh, is Peter Parker or Spider-Man going to be the next Iron Man? He keeps saying, I don't think I can be the next Iron Man. And some people are saying, maybe you aren't the next Iron Man. A lot of the things he did during this movie really reminds you of Tony, which I assume is very intentional.
Yeah.
But I mean, so many moments like him making mistakes because he's feeling one way. Tony did that so many times. The only thing Tony did different is he was really good at faking it until he made it.
Yeah.
That would Tony is unbelievably good at doing that.
Yeah, he is.
But even Peter, wanting to do wanting to hang out with his friends because he's like, I deserve to do this. I feel like I've done enough. It's just, I think the relations are so cool to watch during this movie. But, yeah. Did you have any negatives for this movie?
Not really. Not anything big that I can talk about. Obviously, there are minor flaws I can point out.
Really?
But I don't know. I feel like overall I was very satisfied with this. And like you were saying, this just felt more authentic and stuff. Yeah. I think a lot of times when you're watching these Marvel movies, you see all the extravagant things all these heroes are doing. And so it's kind of fun and different just to see a kid who's just learning what he's gonna do with himself.
I agree. Going into this movie too, I had said I don't think this is a very good movie to follow up Endgame. I feel like maybe there should have been something different to give justice to what had happened in Endgame. But I stand corrected. This was a great movie to come after Endgame, not because there was relations between Happy and Peter kind of struggling with the loss of Tony, but just because I think just having that break, more of a down to earth type thing, it just feels right.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. And also, I got to give credit where credit is due. This movie doesn't knock my socks off, right?
Yeah.
I'm not whoo, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen, but there are still really good things in this movie to take away. And
yeah,
it still builds character to Peter, as we're going to see in another movie coming up in Phase 4, sorry. And then also at the end of next month, we're going to be seeing more of him. Yeah. So
I'm excited.
Very fun. I had one negative for this movie, and it wasn't really a negative.
Okay.
But Mysterio and his whole crew,
Yeah.
they were sitting there dissing our boy Tony Stark. One movie after he dies.
Yeah.
I don't like that. It's not really a negative. I was just a little bit salty how they're sitting there like throwing dirt on our boy Tony as he died in the movie prior.
Okay, well, I feel like my negative is equally as like stupid.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say when MJ like told Peter about the little projector thing she found, right?
Yes,
like it went off, right? And it projected a full-blown monster above them.
Yeah.
I was kind of confused because I was like, how come the monsters before needed like hundreds of these little drones and their projectors to even make one monster? But this one little projector made a whole monster by itself. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, like
I feel like that doesn't make sense.
at the end there were all like pieces of the monster, where this one was like displaying the entire thing.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Yeah.
Like,
and it wasn't even the entire drone. It was just one projector from the drone.
yeah.
That is kind of a weird. That is an interesting catch. Doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, but I also feel like it's like, who cares? It didn't change anything about the movie.
But also too, what you're saying, it like does make sense because, it was the final monster too. Now that you're saying this, I'm kind of thinking about this more. It was portraying the final elemental that they were fighting. That thing literally needed hundreds of drones.
Yeah.
And it was displaying that final monster with just one projector from the drone.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But what I was also going to say was if it's able to portray the entire thing, why do they need all of the drones? But they were also like using the drones to like make the destruction because they're displaying this monster, but they still need to destroy things because everything being destroyed was real. It was just the drones. So I guess that's why they needed multiple ones. But yeah, interesting catch actually.
Yeah. That's like the only negative I can really think of right now.
Yeah. Huh. Well, okay. Let's move on to some of the more positives. We kind of already talked about like the really good things about this.
Yeah.
But I always keep glazing this. You can't really, I mean, you can agree with me, but you can't really know it to my knowledge. But I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man has some of the most unique action moves compared to the other Spider-Mans. I mean, the way he's like zipping around and like using his like things around him, being able to like push off of things, do rolls, spins, just the way he's like holding things up is super cool. And he's also like really strong compared to other Spider-Mans. I mean, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was pretty strong. Don't get me wrong. He held a train from stopping. Andrew Garfield's was pretty strong too. I can't really think of a moment where I was like, damn, that guy's strong. But I think his moves are just uniquely more cool. And even when we saw the Brand New Day trailer, when we first see him like looking at his phone and he gets real sad, he like runs and he like jumps, goes completely sideways, like pushes his hand on that like HVAC thing on the roof and like does a twirl. I like have that like down in my memory because I'm like, wow, that is so unique.
Yeah.
Does that whole thing, like spins, goes down, whips, and I'm like, wow, that is crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm just like always amazed by his movements because they're just interesting. Like I don't even think we've seen any other Marvel character to be able to pull off moves like this.
Bro, low-key Black Widow.
Okay. She
be getting shifty, bro.
She's crazy with that stuff. Bro, she's like...
And no strings to help her out.
Yeah. She's part of the reason that I want to like try to do like jujitsu or something. That stuff is crazy, bro. The things that she could do. The craziest part, whenever she pulls off this move, I'm always amazed, is when she like like jumps in the air and like does like spins around their neck with her legs.
Yeah.
And is like spinning and like then like in the end throws them to the ground with her legs.
Yeah.
And they're men like considerably bigger than her.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy stuff.
That's so cool.
And then I sent you a TikTok too of a girl doing that. I was like, this is a real life Black Widow.
Yeah.
Do you think Scarlett Johansson could actually do that in real life, or do you think it was a stunt double?
I don't know. I feel like it was probably a stunt double, but maybe I'm sure she had to learn some moves to get into it.
I do know some actors will take their roles really seriously. Like some of the Star Wars characters, they actually take like sword fighting classes to know that stuff. I actually saw in a recent interview, Matt Damon, for instance, this is just came to my mind because I watched it, but he went to a bar because he was gonna be in the town where they were filming for like 3 weeks. He just bartended for free because he was going to be a bartender in the movie, but he also wanted to learn the accent from that area. I think it was down south or something like that.
Okay,
and so he literally bartended for a whole month for free to learn accent and to learn how to bartend. So I know like certain actors will actually take it real serious. So I was just curious if maybe Scarlett Johansson actually learned how to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's always so cool. Cause I mean, when it comes to acting, I know I've seen Timothée Chalamet talk about this, and there's a lot of actors will talk about this too. Oh, especially like Matthew McConaughey. I really like him too. Like on screen and off screen, because he's super wise. But he talks about how some actors take their jobs for granted because it seems to the outside world very luxurious. Like you get to do really awesome things. Like really our job is to, walk in and do all this fun stuff.
Play pretend, basically.
Play pretend, yeah. And we don't actually have to put hard work in. And granted, there's a lot of hard work in, but that's just what he was saying. And he was saying, so why would you take it for granted? This is our job, technically. Yes, we get to have fun with it, but it's a job. So why would you not put in the same amount of work you would have if you were actually working a different, like real 9 to 5, like maybe an office job or something? And so he says that he will get in there early. He will leave late. He will read scripts. He will do, go above and beyond things, like pick people's brains. And I think that's super cool. And I feel like if I was an actor, I would do that too. I would just try to do the absolute most, like read books. Like if, for instance, if you were playing Interstellar, you could easily just read the script and then just, act. But I feel like if you really wanted to get into it and like get into your character, like Matthew McConaughey probably did this. I don't know if he did, but actually learn about science and like quantum science, like all that stuff. Actually like reading books and getting to know that stuff, so then you can like really play this character.
Yeah.
Because I think it would be easier to play a character if you can actually you know the most and become that person. Super cool stuff.
I agree.
I always like watching the actor on actor interviews because it brings the most out of them. It's different. It's different when a reporter walks up to an actor and just goes, "Oh, like, what'd you think about this? Like, what was happening on this?" But when it's actually actors talking to actors, it's very interesting because they have completely different ways of doing things. So certain actors will, get into their like gist of things by thinking about good memories. Some actors, will get into it by thinking about bad memories. Just different ways to do it. And it's super interesting because they actually will feel more open to share answers because they're curious about like how other people do it, and then you can learn from each other.
Yeah.
Super cool. And I get entertained by watching it too. So.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. They like bounce their ideas off each other.
Where was I even at in this?
You really just went on a whole tangent.
I did. Holy crap. Oh, I was glazing his unique actions. Okay, anyway.
Wow.
That was insane. How did I go from glazing Spider-Man's action moves to talking about actors?
I don't know.
Crazy work. Okay. The visual effects in this, you and I both were talking during the movie, like, this is crazy.
It was so cool when he was being manipulated by Mysterio.
I liked, because I remember thinking about Doctor Strange, like those visual effects were super cool.
Yeah.
This blew me away even more. I was more impressed by the visual effects in this, like the different scenes that that Peter was going through. It was, and at the end too, when he thought Mysterio was shot, and then Nick Fury like walked up to him and was like talking to him, and then it turned out to actually be Mysterio.
Yeah.
That's a mind bender.
That's so weird. Like, I could not, it was like fooling me so bad. I could not even tell what was going on.
Man, I was so impressed. That was crazy.
And it was so cool at the end, like literally the end of the movie, when Spider-Man was like, all right, come on, Spidey sense, you know, like he had to lock in. And then he like was able to just completely disregard the whole illusion thing.
Yes.
That was so cool.
What I love about that too is that's not like out of character. Like Spider-Man's Spidey sense, or the spider tingle, whatever you want to call it.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't like the word tingle.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. That was the funny part of it. I didn't really think it was that funny though.
I didn't either.
They were like, that was supposed to be like one of the humor aspects of this movie was the spider tingle, and I was like, it's not that funny, but whatever. Yeah, that's like crazy too. Okay, wait. Negative being brought up actually. I feel like they didn't really go in depth as much with this spider tingle thing where it was not working correctly because of his, you can kind of assume, but I feel like it's not as easy to piece together because Tony died and he's having like this grief and he's like missing him so much. His like, he's not in like his entire right mind space. And that's why he wasn't able to like sense things, because that's like one of the really cool powers about Spider-Man is he can sense things. Like, for instance, if he was sitting right here with the headphones on having a conversation, he could probably sense like danger coming through. Like, for instance, if someone was shooting a bullet through the window, he could probably sense that.
Well, he was doing that in the movie though.
But he wasn't like, he did it towards the end.
No, he was doing it the whole time.
What was he doing?
He kept being like, they're here, and he would just like, you know.
Yeah, like
he knew the whole time when bad stuff was happening.
He did, but
literally right away at the beginning with that stuff in the water when MJ was down by the water.
He was doing
like that. He was doing it the entire time.
But he wasn't able to like fully tap into it. That's why he was getting actually messed up by Mysterio at that building. Like he should have easily been able to get out of that.
Well, I feel like his senses seemed the same as like in his first movie. I think you are just comparing him to like past Spider-Man.
I could be, but also they did mention it. Like they did say at one point in this movie.
Who said?
I don't know if it was Happy or if it was Spider-Man. Someone had said, "Oh, I heard your spider tingles off." And he's like, or your spider tingle's broken. And he was like, "It's not broken. I'm just like not in the right mind space or something." And he was also like, "And it's not a tingle." I think when he was talking to Happy, it was brought up. But that's like when it was kind of for the first time said. So I don't know. Okay, dude. Also another thing, I feel like with these Spider-Man movies, one of the biggest things is they don't really tell a lot about this. They don't really tell the story of Spider-Man because we've already seen it with Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire. But I'm not one of those people who, I guess I'm kind of towards the middle. I'm not one of those people who completely hate that we're not retelling the story, but I'm also not that person that really wants it. But I do have a little bit of problems with us skipping over like a lot of those things. Is, for one, this movie randomly starts off with him having a crush on MJ. Where did we get to that point? We just have to assume that there was some chemistry before that, because in the first movie he had a crush on a completely different girl.
You're right.
And now in this movie, that's one thing I forgot, but I remember thinking it. Obviously, when it comes to Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man and MJ are always dating. That's just what happens. But they're just randomly saying, "Oh, he has a crush on MJ now, and he's been feeling that for a while."
Yeah.
You were also gone for 5 years, bro. So, like, when did this happen?
Wait, that's true, because in the movie, the little, like, report thing that the students at the school were making, they were like, yeah, anyone who was erased 5 years ago stayed the same age, and everyone else aged 5 years. So technically now MJ would be 5 years older than him.
I think she got blipped too, because everyone still in high school got blipped. It just happens to be that MJ, Ned, Flash, and all the other guys in the science group all got blipped. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
All of those people that were in the science group from movie 1 to movie 2.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence,
wow.
bro.
Huh.
So, yeah. Anyway, I do have a little bit of problem with that. Not explaining fully, like, how did we get here with MJ? I think, and I don't think that's necessarily like a bad thing. That just means I really like this version of Spider-Man and MJ. Like, I just want to know.
Yeah.
So, either way. Okay. Moving on to some questions. What do you think about making Spider-Man super nerdy and awkward? Kind of talked about this in the beginning where I said some people have a problem with him being like a high school kid and like making a lot of mistakes. Kind of goes along with this. Mm-hmm. But he is awkward talking to MJ.
Yeah.
Super nerdy. So what do you think?
I mean, it's like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Like, it's a high school kid.
Yeah.
He clearly hasn't had much experience with girls, as we saw in his first movie. He was awkward with that girl too. Like, this is just who Spider-Man is.
I like it. It doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
I think it's fitting and it's relatable. So
it's almost like a little hard to watch at points.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But in like a good way. In a way where I'm like, oh my God, this is so dorky.
Yeah, like when he's talking to MJ and like it's so awkward. You're just sitting there and you're like, oh man, you gotta do better than this.
Yeah.
But it's still fun to watch. What did you think about Ned? Because if I recall, you weren't a big fan of him in movie 1.
Oh, just because he was so annoying.
Yeah.
He actually like honestly really clutches up. Like he's starting to grow on me.
Dude, I'm a little bit of surprise about him too, because imagine this. Ned could easily be a little bit selfish, and he's not, which I appreciate because he understands like Peter has like a massive role because he has these powers. But Ned could easily be like, dang, bro, you're always like wanting me to cover for you. This is getting really annoying. And he could switch up on him, but he doesn't.
Yeah, he just doesn't care.
He's loyal. I respect him.
Yeah.
And like he'll even make up excuses in front of the entire class, even if he doesn't stand by it. Like that opera scene.
Yeah. Bro
just randomly clutches up, is like, nah, guys, I think it'll be chill. 4 hours? What would I rather be doing? As if there was an amazing carnival going on. So like Ned is chill as fuck.
Yeah.
So. But. Oh.
Nothing.
Okay, I thought you snapped at me weird. Okay. What do you think about MJ and Peter?
I think they're cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. We already said like we think that they're awkward, but
yeah.
It's just I feel like what I expected.
Yeah, I wish we had more time in between these like some of these Spider-Man movies, because I wish you would have seen the other ones before this, just so you could have like a better comparison. But we can do that in the future. But the other two, actually, Andrew Garfield's girl isn't even called MJ. It's Gwen, which is right there on the poster. The girl Spider-Man. But she's not actually the girl Spider-Man in that. It's so weird. It's a lot of mixed up stuff. Anyway. What did you think about the whole... So I had a take about Nick Fury during this movie, but it got completely contradicted by what happened in the end credit scene. So what did you think about the end credit scene with Nick Fury and the girl not actually being them? Was that crazy?
Oh, yeah, that was really weird.
It was the Skrulls.
That, like, because I kind of forgot about the Skrulls, but that was pretty funny. I don't know. It's like, Marvel's always doing something to keep you on your toes, bro.
And it must mean something going in the future, too. Because, like, they wouldn't do that for a random reason.
Right.
So, very interesting. And then it was Nick Fury ended up being on the ship with all of them. They kind of, like, switched places, which was super funny. I'm surprised that happened because Nick Fury is normally like very controlling. So, and that was honestly like a very massive event going on Earth.
Yeah.
So I was a little taken back that he was just like cool with that.
Yeah.
But it happened. My one thing that I was going to say about Nick Fury was like he was really treating Peter like shit. Like
yeah, he was.
like dude, Peter is just a kid and he was ripping into him like, I don't think you're meant for this superhero stuff. You know, really going into him about the Edith and giving away the glasses. Like, holy crap, dude, chill on him.
He was, and that was bothering me too because I was like, what do you actually expect from him?
But that wasn't even Nick Fury.
Yeah.
So it's like completely contradicts it. But the entire movie was like, dang, chill.
But I wonder if like if the Skrulls were telling Nick about what was happening, and if Nick was like pissed and he's like, you need to go yell at Peter.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Isn't it insane? That is kind of crazy how well they were able to play Nick Fury's character, or how they were able to portray Nick Fury. I mean, I had no idea. And it makes sense why he got tricked too. Because that's the whole thing. Nick Fury, like, whoa, can't believe he got tricked. Well, it wasn't. So, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I don't think I have anything else to say about Spider-Man Far From Home. What about you?
Me neither.
What's your rating out of 10?
I think I'm going to go... We'll go like 8 out of 10.
That's what I was thinking. Very solid. Like, I'll give it an 8 too. Every time I think about the movie, I think it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
So, I like this a lot. Really quick. Let's talk about some Easter eggs and some common criticism. So first up, Easter egg segment. Mysterio's entire crew has been in a movie before, which we kind of had seen when he had revealed the entire team.
Yeah.
Why was I trying to say revealing?
I don't know.
The one scientist guy, when they had he built this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not Iron Man. That guy, some other people, the man who created Barf, all of that crap. Pretty cool.
Who created Barf? I'm pretty sure that was Tony.
But the original guy who created that, which was Mysterio.
Oh.
Yeah. Peter builds his suit exactly like Tony.
That was my favorite scene in the movie. And like when Happy started playing that Back in Black.
Yes, that was so good.
I was like, oh my gosh.
And he was like,
yeah, that was really cool.
He's like, what? Happy's like, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so wholesome.
All right. So this I'm kind of confused about. I saw this earlier, but the airport password. When Peter opens the Stark jet, the password is I am Iron Man. I don't recall where that is from, but that's a pretty cool Easter egg.
Yeah, I also don't remember that happening.
Okay. Uncle Ben is referenced during this movie. Uncle Ben, this is another thing where they're not telling Spider-Man's complete story, but Uncle Ben is in the first two movies, or the first two Spider-Mans. He is like kind of a canon event character that is like helps Spider-Man kind of have like a change in his character arc, like very important part. Not in this one for some reason, but Peter's suitcase has the initials P or BFP, Benjamin Franklin Parker. Pretty cool. Mysterio is wearing motion capture. When the illusion is exposed, you'll notice Mysterio isn't actually flying. He's standing on the ground wearing a motion capture suit while dozens of drones create the illusion. Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Peter wins without Stark Tech. This, I actually didn't realize this, but the final fight isn't one with Edith, the Iron Spidey suit, any fancy gadgets. It's just Peter trusting himself, like his Spidey sense, and doing it. That's kind of cool because it goes back to that thing where Tony was like, you know, if you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have it. And he kind of goes back to those roots. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
let's see. Oh my gosh. The tribute video is full of details. So when the school was like talking about people, the school news memorial shows Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, Natasha Romanoff, and Vision, but not Thor and Hulk. What? Okay, I'm sorry. I need to read these before. That was so stupid. But it goes, but not Thor and Hulk because the world knows they're still alive.
Oh my God. Duh.
That's not an Easter egg. I need to cut that out. Holy, that was stupid. Oh, okay. All right, next one. I pointed this one to you before, but J. Jonah Jameson returns. This is another like canon event that happens in Spider-Man. J. Jonah Jameson, they're a news outlet. Peter Parker usually works for him. J. Jonah Jameson has a vendetta against Spider-Man. Even though everyone thinks Spider-Man's super cool, he thinks that he's secretly a villain. And so he always has like something out to get him. And it's super funny because Peter works for him and always gets pictures of Spider-Man, of course, because he is Spider-Man. It's like he'll like give him pictures of like selfies with Spider-Man. He's like, how do you get this? And Peter's like, I'm just good. And he's like, okay. It's very funny. Okay. Some common criticism. Spider-Man depends too much on Iron Man. What do you think about that?
No.
Yeah. No, I agree.
He literally didn't even have Iron Man in this movie, bro.
Yeah.
Dumb take.
People don't like that Mysterio isn't physically threatening. What do you think about that?
Why wouldn't you like that? It's so cool that he can play mind games.
Yeah. It's a nice change.
Yeah.
All right, number 3.
Dumb take.
Too much comedy. What do you think about the humor in this movie?
I liked it.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't think it was too much?
Nope. Dumb take.
I actually don't think at all once did I think there's too much comedy in this movie.
What kind of a complaint is that?
Nick Fury felt bro, come on. Nick Fury felt out of characters because he wasn't actually Nick Fury. Although we did say he felt out of character, but it wasn't him. Number 5, Edith makes no sense. A lot of people ask, why would Tony give a teenager control over thousands of killer drones? Huh. Why do you think? It was just a part of his character arc? Like what? What do you think?
I think it's because Tony sees the potential in Peter.
Well, that's what Happy literally said. He's like, Tony did a lot of things wrong. He literally said this. But one thing that he was always sure about was you. So, remember him saying that? Very wise words from the man. Okay, there it is. Phase, our Spider-Man Far From Home. Okay, let's get into some Phase 3 wrap-up.
Boy, you really can't multitask at all. You're so bad. You're like reading while you're talking, and then you don't make any sense.
Yes, I do. Okay. Are you ready? Pull up your list. Let's do this. This is when the arguments start to come in.
Okay.
Depending on how your list is. Okay. So now we're going to be reading off our list. There are 11 movies. We're not going to get it. Maybe we can get into the whys of it's there. Just quick, like 2 words. Like it sucks. Mm-hmm. Okay. But do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Are we just going to go like
back and forth?
2, 2?
Yep.
You start.
Okay. My least favorite movie.
Oh, why would you start with the least favorite?
That's what we did last time. And I like it this way because it builds suspense.
Bro. Okay, whatever.
You never start with one. That's not how it works. Okay. My least favorite movie of Phase 3 is Captain Marvel.
Mine too.
Okay.
And honestly, I did feel bad putting her
Same.
down there because I didn't even hate the movie at all.
I agree. Yeah,
Like,
I also think that.
I think it's just this was a solid phase.
Here's what I was going to say. A thing that I realized putting these movies here is a lot of these movies aren't actually bad and they're really good in their own ways. But when you're putting them together,
sometimes you can't even compare them.
Exactly.
Because one is so much.
Yeah.
How do you compare Captain Marvel to Endgame?
Exactly. You can't. And it's insane too when you're watching Marvel movies and you have movies where we're coming here and we're sitting here and we're like, man, this movie's awesome. And then you compare it to another movie that's super good and they are completely opposite. Like like you said, Endgame and Captain Marvel, both good movies, but if you compare them together, it is like a freaking tiger against a ant, bro. Like you cannot.
Jeez. What a matchup.
It's like a human fighting a dinosaur with no guns.
What's your next movie?
Okay. Number 10, Ant-Man and the Wasp. You didn't have that there. Okay. I had Ant-Man and the Wasp there just because I had a lot of problems with it, actually. So, what's yours?
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, interesting. I'm not surprised, though. Yeah. I could see it being there. All right. Number 9 for me is Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Is that bold? Is that crazy?
Oh my gosh. That's like fake of you. Because I remember watching the movie and you're like, let's go. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. The music's so good.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like all of these movies are super good. But when you actually, when it comes down to it, and here's what I also think is a problem too, is there's this thing called recency bias. When you just watch a movie, you have like a really high for it. And I think now that we're reviewing everything, a lot of these movies that we watched in the beginning, I was really like having this awesome like Marvel kick, like really feeling, this high for the movie. But now that I'm like in hindsight, it's not that good compared to these other ones.
Huh.
What's yours?
Wait, my number 9?
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay. Fair. My 8 is Spider-Man Homecoming.
Okay. See, so we're like...
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Yeah, we are.
We're not far off.
But I don't think you'll like my 8 because I think you like this movie. But Black Panther.
No, that is not crazy. That's your 8 spot? Mm-hmm. No, my 7 is Black Panther. That is not crazy, bro. Here's the thing. Here's what my take is on Black Panther. And I think you have this too. Black Panther is the best rated Marvel movie, like a 98% rating. Mm-hmm. But it's not, I don't know. Like I think overall it is a perfect movie. Soundtrack, the design, the story, the action. But it's not a good movie. You know what I'm saying?
I think Black Panther probably needed to be in phase 2.
Yeah. This is a really strong phase. To
appreciate it a little bit more.
Yeah, this is an extremely strong phase.
Yeah.
It's so crazy that I'm thinking that. But, I mean, Black Panther, if you think about it in a technical standpoint, because everyone rated it so high, yes, there are a lot of perfect things in this movie, or really good things in this movie. Like, the mixture creates a almost perfect movie, but it just doesn't have that like blows me out of the water aspect of it. Like nothing was really groundbreaking.
Oh, you're gonna get flamed for that. I already know.
I know. I've been trying to repress these feelings because I know how much.
But someone had to say it.
I know someone had to say it. I've been trying to repress this because I know a lot of people love this movie, but I'm just not that big of a fan of the movie. I still give it like a high rating, like 8 to 8.
The thing is, like now that we're at our number 8 spot, like every movie from here on up is like a good movie. Like we're not saying these are bad.
Yeah. Okay. What's your 7?
Doctor Strange.
Oh, okay. No, that's not bad. My 6 is Doctor Strange.
What's your 7?
My 7 was Black Panther.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if your 6 is Doctor Strange, then I'll tell you. My 6 is Spider-Man Far From Home.
Dude, we are not far off on these.
Wow, this is like the most we've ever agreed.
This is
on
really
like
crazy.
Anything probably.
Yeah, my 5 is Spider-Man Far From Home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my 5 is Thor Ragnarok.
Wow, dude. My 4 is Thor Ragnarok.
Okay, so this is where we get messed up.
Okay, so now we're getting into what's your 4?
Civil War.
Okay. I mean, here's the thing. It's not in the top 3, so I'm a little upset over that because it is in my top 3, but I'm also not that upset because Civil War is in my next one. So okay, if you have Civil War at 4, that means your top 3 has Endgame, Infinity War, And Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Wow, we were really far off on that one. I put that at 9.
I know.
Okay, my number 3, starting from the bottom of my top 3, is Captain America: Civil War. This is just fundamentally is a really good movie. And one of my favorite parts about this movie is how two-sided this movie is. Like, if you walk up to a random person on the street, ask them whose side are you on, it could be 50-50. Like, it isn't clear. It's not very obvious which side is in the right. And I love that about that movie.
And I love hearing people's reasoning for why they think each side is right because, like, everyone has such good points. And I honestly think it's just, like, preference.
Yeah.
Like if you like Captain America more, you're gonna pick his side.
But hey, Tony Stark is my favorite. I can probably confidently say Tony Stark is my favorite character, yet I think Captain America is right in this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
And I think Captain America could not be more wrong in that movie.
Bro, we're not getting into this.
Oh, yeah.
I get into way too long.
If you guys want to see us get into that, go check out our review on Civil War.
Yeah, make sure you do.
We probably argued about it.
We definitely did. Okay. What is your number 3?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Okay. That means our top 2 are the same. My number 2 is Avengers: Infinity War.
Mine too.
Okay, so we both think Endgame is the best.
Yeah.
Let's go, dude.
But, like, honestly, I do feel like Infinity War and Endgame, I could have just made them interchangeable.
Oh, I don't think so.
Because I think Infinity War had these, like, incredible moments in it.
It did, yeah.
But, I don't know. They both had parts that just, like, killed me, literally, you know?
Yeah.
Well, not literally, but.
Yeah. I think Endgame is just overall so much better because it gets so emotional and you don't see a superhero movie like that. So
That's true.
I think it's just really good.
But I think Infinity War is so incredible how they, like, actually work as a team. Like, you get to see so much, like planning, and they're like, we can do this. They're hyping each other up. Everyone is, like, going level 10 on their powers. Like,
Yeah.
it's so cool.
You know, Infinity War is really awesome with like each character having their comeback moment. Like when Captain America catches that spear. Like remember when Wanda and Vision were getting their ass kicked, and then all of a sudden you see Black Widow, Captain America, and like someone show up to save the day. That was super awesome. When Thor, Rocket, and Groot show up, that was super cool.
Yeah.
On Wakanda. That's awesome stuff. So.
Wait, was Infinity War the one that started with Thor and Loki in that ship? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool opening scene.
Yep. Okay. Let's talk about, both of us think Avengers and Endgame is the best. We both think Captain Marvel is the worst movie.
Don't even say worst. Say lowest.
Okay, sure. Lowest movie. Which character is your favorite in Phase 3?
Tony Stark.
Okay.
Obviously.
Which character is your least favorite in Phase 3? Anyone. Villain, side character, hero, you name it.
Dude. I don't really want to say, like, a character that's too irrelevant, because I feel like it's like, no shit, that's going to be your least favorite. I would say probably Nebula.
Nebula? Okay.
I think I just found her to be really annoying, and I didn't really care whether she, like, died or not.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, and that's like actually a pretty good response because she's in a ton of movies in this. I would honestly have to agree because I was not a fan of like what she did in Endgame. That was so annoying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say Nebula, least favorite character of Phase 3. Favorite character, Tony Stark.
Oh my God. Dude, what is going on with us tonight?
I know. What do you think is the saddest moment of Phase 3?
The saddest moment of Phase 3, bro? I think it's Tony Stark dying.
Yeah, I think it's when specifically when Pepper says you can rest now. I can't get over that.
When Peter says, "We did it, Mr. Stark."
Yikes, that is so bad. Okay. Funniest character of Phase 3.
Drax.
No way. Shut up. Are you dead ass?
I don't know. I think one of my favorite lines ever from this phase is when they're all trying to find Gamora. Someone walks in. Who is it? I can't remember. Someone walks in. Where is Gamora? And Tony Stark is like, I'll do you one better. Who is Gamora? Drax is laying on the ground. I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora? Like, so dumb. I don't know. I think he's so funny.
That was pretty funny. I can't remember you. I can't believe you remembered that. It's so funny. I think my funniest character from this movie. I don't know. I feel like it's got to be Thor Ragnarok, like in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Because that's the funniest movie I think so far I've seen. So
that's a good take, honestly.
I like out of all the movies in Phase 3, I think Thor Ragnarok was the funniest movie we have watched yet. So yeah, it's got to be Thor. Like if I could throw two in there, I would say Thor. And
that was really funny because Hulk was in that, and I remember Thor being like, "Hulk, for once in your life, don't smash," and then Hulk was like, "Big monster." Like, he's like a toddler kind of. I don't know. You're right. That was a very funny.
Oh my god, yeah, he was being a toddler because he like threw that ball, and that was hilarious too because he throws the ball at Thor. Man, this is making me want to watch the movie.
Yeah.
But he throws that big ball at Thor, and Thor like dodges it, and then like starts yelling at Hulk for like being. I don't even know what he was yelling at him for, being like angry like monster or something, and then like Hulk basically starts to like cry and like pout in the corner.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no. He's like, no. He had to pull out I don't even like Banner. You're my favorite. He's like, really? He's like, yeah, man. I hate that nerdy stuff. Like, what are you even talking about? And then he like pulls the Uno reverse card once Banner's out. He's like, I hate that big green guy. So like, smash.
Yeah.
I don't even like that.
Oh, you're right. That was such a funny movie. Oh my god.
Like Thor and Hulk together in that movie was really funny.
A very good duo.
Yeah, super cool duo.
And the whole like strongest Avenger thing when they were trying to unlock that ship.
Yeah. Oh my god. Strongest Avenger. And then he had brought up the thing where he's like, wait, we were in a fight? And Thor's like, yeah. He's like, who won? Thor's like, I did. And then Hulk is like, that doesn't sound right. That was hilarious. But Thor would have won, but he got knocked out. Mm-hmm. Someone hit him with they hit him with the electrocution. But yeah, super funny movie. Okay, who is your favorite villain of Phase 3? I feel like this goes without being said. It's got to be Thanos, right? There's a better villain in Phase 3?
No, I think it's Thanos.
Got to be Thanos. Best. Do you have a favorite action scene in Phase 3? I'll say my favorite is, I'm gonna clump a couple together just because I'm feeling greedy. But it's when Captain America gets the hammer, like does that whole fight scene. He gets like knocked down, and then he's the only one getting back up, and he like pulls the straps, and then the portal scene happens. Mm-hmm. I'm getting greedy. I'm bunching a lot of things together, but that's like my favorite moment in Phase 3.
That's like hella aura, bro.
Yeah.
Him catching that hammer. That's gotta be like the greatest. I don't know.
That or I am Iron Man.
Yeah.
Or when he was like, I'm inevitable. And then he's like, I am Iron Man.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So,
the aura.
Best action scenes. Okay. Favorite duo of Phase 3. Mine is Thor and Hulk. I was just talking about it. Mm-hmm. Which is honestly like, it's not a duo that's like you see a lot. Because I mean, common duos are like Rocket and Groot. You know, those are like common duos. Mm-hmm. So Thor and Hulk were just interesting. You know,
I I always love Hawkeye and Black Widow, but that's like pretty common, I think. They're best friends.
That's a really good duo. I like that.
I love them as a duo, but I think I also really, really like Doctor Strange and Iron Man.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't even meet or know each other until Infinity War.
It's like they both had respect for each other.
They did.
Yeah.
And I love how Tony kept calling him a wizard. I don't know. I thought that was really funny. But in Endgame, like Tony looks over and Doctor Strange is holding up like a wall of water or like something, right? And he looks over and he holds up a 1. Like this is the one reality where we win. And Tony, like, it's like they had that connection. They were like, oh my God, we have to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like such an underrated duo.
It is.
And it sucks we didn't get to see more of them.
I know. Man. You know what's also funny about that wizard stuff? When they were like talking and Iron Man was calling that one guy Squidward and
oh yeah.
he was like, it doesn't matter. We have a wizard. That was all really funny.
So funny.
Marvel's really funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Final question about Phase 3 before we wrap up here. This is highly okay. I don't know if this is highly debated, but I've had a lot of debates about this. Who has the biggest character arc we've seen so far? We've just saw Spider-Man have a pretty good character arc, but overall, Tony has the greatest character arc we have seen.
You think so?
But also another question. I think Tony Stark has the greatest character arc because we see him as one person in Iron Man 1. We see him as a completely different person in Endgame. But do you think there's a specific movie? Like, think of every single movie Tony's in. Most movies Tony is in, he is one person at the start of the movie and is a different person at the end of the movie. Do you think there's a specific movie where Tony has a more gradual character arc than another? Because in Iron Man 1, he has a pretty big jump in a character arc.
Yeah, I would argue Iron Man 3 is probably like his biggest one, though.
Like when he's trying to conquer his anxiety?
Yeah.
You think that's maybe his biggest arc?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm not really sure because I do gravitate towards 1 because it's the most flashy character arc. It's like the most obvious one because he goes from this like egotistical guy to trying to save the world in a suit of armor, but he still has a lot of problems and a lot of issues, especially in Iron Man 2. Like we see that because he's still super egotistical.
Yeah. Oh, low-key, I think the person who has the biggest character arc is obviously, I feel like this is obvious, but Bucky.
Hey, that's not a bad shout.
Think about all the like brain mush and everything that he went through.
Yeah, that is not a bad shout.
And he knows that, you know, not everyone is really a big fan of him, but he's just fighting with everyone no matter what, you know?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And like his arc was like, he was a good guy before Hydra took him.
Yeah.
So he low-key like arced, like he was like here and then he went here and then he came back.
Yeah. Bro, I will still stand by Bucky's side no matter what people say. He's got one of the saddest stories, bro.
His story is very sad. Unfortunately, I don't really like
care about him.
He just doesn't stand out to me.
Man.
But I think it's because Captain America just like babies him. Like, I feel like he's always just like, no, like my friend.
I don't know. I can't stand behind that take.
Well, whatever.
I don't like that. So I cannot. I just think it's so sad. Like Bucky, I think the hardest thing I have trying to swallow is the fact that, you know, Bucky and Captain America, we're best friends. Captain America has been trying his hardest to either get Bucky help or trying to regain that friendship. It gets destroyed multiple times. And then finally in the end, where Bucky, we think, because we can assume that he's gotten his head fixed at Wakanda because they gave him the arm to go help. So now that Bucky is fixed, Captain America decides to go back in time and live with Peggy. So now Bucky doesn't have Captain America anymore.
I know it like doesn't really make sense.
I think that's messed up. So
I think so too, but
sucks. So actually, I'm more on Bucky's because before I was defending Captain America, I was like, it sucks. Captain America never gets to have his best friend back. I'm more on Bucky's side now. I'm like, bro, Bucky just will never get his best friend back because now he's an old Gramps. But now Marvel shifts his best friend to Falcon, which actually you might like better.
yeah.
Falcon and Bucky are now best friends.
Yeah.
So there's an entire show about them.
And I do like Falcon.
Yeah. He's got the shield now. What do you
Yeah.
think about that? Pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Mm-hmm. He's going to try and in the show, he tries to figure, actually, I don't know if it's the show. No, there's another Captain America movie without Captain America. Isn't that crazy?
That's because Falcon is new Captain America.
Yes, correct.
I know. Yeah.
So, all right, well, that is it. Phase 3 wrap up. Oh, last question. Very important question. Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. Rank them. Favorite.
Bro, I don't know.
Come on. Is it that hard? Okay.
Yes,
here.
I haven't seen the movies in so long.
Yeah, no, we can do this. All right, let's think about this. I think I'll give you my examples, so maybe you could give yours. I think Phase 3 is the best we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think we both thought Phase 1 was better. So it's got to go Phase 3, Phase 1, Phase 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Boom. That was so easy. But I'm not letting you off the hook so easy. You know what we're going to do once we're done with all the Marvel movies?
We're gonna rank all of them.
We're going to rank all of them. Have you ever seen the like S tier, A tier, B, C, D?
Yes, I know what
We
that
are
is.
going to do that with all of these movies. I don't think it's going to be as hard as you think, but what's going to be hard is we both have to like agree. So we're going to have to accommodate. So if like for example, you thought Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was way better than I did, we're going to have to accommodate. So if you think that's an A tier movie and I think it's a D tier movie, we're going to have to we're going to have to hash it out, you know?
Bro, yeah, I know.
Okay.
You're being such a weirdo right now.
Sorry, I enjoy ranking movies. All right.
Wrap it up.
You wrap it up. You've never done the outro. Do it once.
You do it.
All right, fine. All right, guys. That is going to be our review for Spider-Man Far From Home, as well as our Phase 3 wrap-up. Make sure to comment down below what you think about anything we said. Don't be scared to flame us. We like to hear what you think. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, turn on that notification bell so you can see more content from us. We are continuing the journey. Libby, I almost called you Marvel. Libby has a lot more movies to watch, so don't miss out on that. Thank you guys for watching, and
We'll see you guys next time.